This isn't just a podcast. It's a reminder of what makes America stronger isn't a headline or a hashtag.
It's people, from the ones building our homes to the ones rebuilding their lives.
Veterans, tradesmen, neighbors, and volunteers. Real people doing real things.
Here we find common ground first, and then we work on our differences.
This is the Collective Perspective Podcast,
where purpose, people, and progress meet.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Collective Perspective Podcast. My name is Jeff, and I'm here with my buddy Trav. What's up, Trav?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Glad to be back.
Yeah, likewise. Today we're going to talk about self-control.
Self-control.
Wow. It's a huge topic for today, in today's society, relationships, maintaining self-control. What do you think? When's the last time, Travis, that you wanted to say something, but you held off and not said it?
I think there are many times in my professional career where there's some things that I want to say, but I can't say it as directly as I'm thinking it. So, yeah, there's a lot of times that I've held back on what I wanted to say, just so I make sure I get the proper point across.
And last week we just talked about gentleness, so that's somewhat, isn't self-control kind of being gentle?
I think so. Yeah, I can agree with that.
One thing I thought about self-control was that is self-control always a negative thing?
I've never thought
the answer's no.
I've never thought self-control to be a negative thing.
Okay, well, good.
Personally, no. But some people
we're kind of thinking like, most people would think, well, self-control is like, well, I bit my tongue and I didn't tell this person off. That is self-control.
That is a form of self-control.
But it could be that, hey, you got the silly bug and you can't seem to stop laughing and you need to be serious. And that's a lack of self-control.
To some degree, yeah.
And the fact that you can't stop eating at 8 o'clock p.m., Jeff, every day, is that a lack of control?
I think that we're all, most of us are guilty of that. I know I am too. That is a poor self-control. And to the other side of that, getting up and going out and doing your workout or making that meal plan that you wanted to do. You've got to get out there and do it, and it takes self-control to make yourself do it. That and finding the proper motivation for yourself.
I see it as not being a repression, but something that you could strategically accomplish something versus just trying to do it all at once as self-control as well.
I've not put much thought into it like that.
Hey, Travis, let's go out and build a hut in the backyard. Do we just go to Lowe's and, yes, shop at Lowe's to give a military discount, but do we shop at Lowe's with not having a plan on how to put it together? Or are we not exercising self-control by going, no, you know what, Travis, we should probably put a plan together first?
Self-control. I don't know if that's self-control or if that's just planning. Like you're skipping a whole phase in a project.
Well, again, we just came up with the idea right now. Hey, we're going to go do this, and I really want to get it done, man.
All right.
I think it is kind of control.
I don't live in the sticks, and I don't need to get it done right this second. So
you don't live in the sticks?
Yeah, in the woods. Yeah, I've seen those YouTube videos where guys building huts in the middle of the woods.
I was just thinking the other day. I don't know a lot of people that can survive in the wilderness like I can. What would be your first priority? Anyway, it's not part of this story, but my first priority, by the way, would be shelter, food, and water, and heat. Why does that light keep on going off, man?
That's weird. Would that be losing self-control? Blowing a fuse?
I think that would not have any control of itself, but is there a self when it comes to a light?
Well, when you get deep into
I think
everything
that was a good example of self-control right there.
Operates
I didn't
on,
get mad.
No, why?
What's up with this dang light? I didn't even use profanity.
Not this time.
I don't want to be a dolphin like you either. So, I don't know if you got a glimpse of that episode, but Travis started speaking dolphin out of nowhere. It's pretty amazing.
Pretty good too.
You want to give us another example?
No, not this time. I'm gonna exercise a little control here.
The light went out again.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was just looking back at it.
I don't know if I should just ditch the light or what, man.
I like the light. It does add a nice little back hue to everything.
Yeah, but I don't know what else to plug it into. Yeah, sometimes in production you have to maintain self-control.
And overcome obstacles.
My face didn't even turn colors. Can't even really say that I'm upset. I'm just kind of like, what the heck?
Hey, it happens though. There's some things that we just can't control, and knowing what you can and can't control is part of it.
So what isn't self-control? If we're defining self-control, what it isn't is suppression, rigidity.
Rigidity.
What's rigidity?
Stiffness.
Or perfection.
Inability to bend from, say, the
like,
rules or something.
No, Travis, we got to do it this way, and we can't do any other way. Well, come on, man. There is an easier way. No, there isn't.
There's only one way, and I'm not deviating from that path.
So is that self-control? That's what it's not. That's not self-control. That's being a jerk. That's being controlling.
That's me, the jerk.
And self-control isn't being perfect either. I think dieting comes to mind when it comes to perfection and having self-control.
I can definitely see dieting, absolutely, because there's so many things. And dieting, don't get me wrong, is one of the harder things, I think, to exercise self-control over, because our bodies they get used to a certain type of fuel, and they just want it, namely sugar. That's one of the biggest addictive things that we have.
Carbohydrates, man. Everything I look has carbohydrate. It's
extremely difficult to get away from it.
Like I love watermelon. It even has carbohydrates in it.
And everybody says, but that's natural.
Natural sugar.
And there is no difference. Sugar is sugar. Sugar
so?
is natural too.
Well, sugar that is white is not natural though. Sugar in raw form is brown and unfiltered.
Not necessarily. The sugar cane, it's all liquid at first.
Your sugar. You're
there
sweet.
It went again.
There's a light. Hate you.
Anyway, sugar. It has a high glycemic index. Something with a low glycemic index would be better. So substituting sugar with honey would be a better substitute, because your body uses honey more, and it has actual other benefits to using honey.
So what is self-control? And it's having the ability to pause, make a choice, and deliberately saying what you want to say. Meaning that, and I was talking to my wife about this, it is somewhat better to be gentle. Like if somebody says, hey, maybe something seems off character, or maybe like it's attacking you in some way, instead of just automatically going after them, asking them for clarification, and then taking a moment to yourself and self-control and not immediately responding. A lot of times I find that something I say off the top of my head probably shouldn't be said, and I didn't really mean it, and that happens a lot in disagreements.
But yeah, I agree. It does happen a lot in disagreements, because some emotions are high and you want to get your point across. And sometimes we say things unfiltered, if you will, without that self-control, our personal filter. And we use that a lot to help our relationships, to build relationships. We do need a good sense or a good amount of self-control in our day-to-day lives.
I feel in today's times it's even harder, because there's so many other influences out there that can disrupt your day or not. I mean, again, self-control isn't just a negative thing, but you get constant notifications, temptations, immediate gratification. I could easily just go, I need this, and go on Amazon and
Have
hit a
it delivered
button,
same day.
have it delivered today, same day. But where is your self control when it doesn't show up that day?
Or where's your self control to say, yeah, let me wait another week or so for that part or for this, so I can make sure that myself and my finances or whatever it is, if you're buying something, can afford it. There's a lot of impulse buying, which is, in my opinion, the opposite of self control is impulsivity.
Yeah, we find being impulsive in kids, having two young kids. Of course, it's expected as you grow older that kind of subsides, but some adults it never subsides.
There, we should be instilling that patience and delayed, maybe some sort of a delayed gratification. No, I don't think we need to instill that in the kids, but that patience, definitely.
Well, what's the saying? Patience is a virtue.
Yep, that is one of the sayings.
I would say self-control is having patience. But again, that kind of puts a negative connotation on it, I think. Like,
I still don't.
I'm being patient.
I think you're being very pessimistic this time.
Pessimistic. Well, what you're talking is very jerkwater. If you don't know what that means, look it up. It actually means trivial, but long story. Where are we at? Quiet practice. Small practical ways to build self-control. So, if you find yourself having some type of self-control issues, how do you go about resolving that? I think the first thing maybe be like to identify that you have a problem.
And you're right, because where do most people let go of self control? Road rage.
Social media.
Yeah, exactly. So take that moment, take that 5 seconds, just count to 5.
We were talking about it before. Be kind instead of being impulsive or having lack of self-control.
Did you just get me wiping my nose? Jeez, dude.
Cut out of it.
Well, if you go to his shot right now, he's got a big booger on his nose.
He does.
Just kidding.
Um,
He has no control over that booger.
Small practical ways. So yeah, a small way would be to take 3 to 5 seconds, not just not count to 10, count to 3, count to 5, whatever it is to get you over that hump, and then you've delayed your reaction time to the actual insulting activity or behavior that you're upset at. So for me, that I'm talking about road rage or driving and getting upset with somebody not following the rules.
I think self-control to me, I keep on saying negative because it's maybe something that I find negative in myself and not having some self-control sometimes with temper. A lot of mine are related to other things, but being able to identify that you're having issues with self-control, and not that self-control like you're going to damage yourself or cause harm to anyone self, but just having those moments where you could avoid an argument. An example is that two adults that are married and have kids, if you're going to sit there and argue in front of the kids, then obviously they're going to pick up on that, and when they have a disagreement, they're not going to display any type of self-control because you're not showing any kind of self-control. And so I think self-control is a taught thing because let's face it, 1 through 18 are very impulsive sometimes. And that's having no idea of self-control. No idea of the concept of self-control sometimes. This is an issue as well.
Right.
But, I've also found myself laughing hysterically when I shouldn't. I should be serious. It hasn't happened in a long time, but it has happened before.
that's not a common thing. It's a reaction to a stressor, and you kind of don't know how to process it, and it comes out as a laughter. So I wouldn't look at that as lack of self control. And I get your point to where, if you're doing the self control. So for me, that was instilled in me by family, by my parents, my mom, my dad, whenever I'd visit, and the grown-ups in my life. But also, I'd mentioned this to you offline a couple days ago, karate. You've got to exhibit a lot of self-control, because once someone who's in a martial art, whether it's karate, boxing, MMA, any of that stuff, when you reach a certain level, your hands become a lethal weapon. And if you are, say, a black belt in a karate or a taekwondo, and you hit somebody and kill them, that's capital, because your hands are lethal weapons at that point. Or it's if you didn't kill them, if you hurt them very badly, that's still intent with a lethal weapon, because you've been trained how to do certain things with your hands, with your feet, depending on the type of martial art. So there you actually have to use a lot of restraint and self-control. And the biggest thing that I've seen a lot of martial arts teach is to walk away, to find a better, to find the peaceful solution.
Self-control isn't weakness. It's control inward.
I think it's a very, very good strength to have.
A lot of times when coming across an argument, and, example with the kids, for example, is just to walk away. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to walk away. My wife and I have a code word that we established, or a phrase that says, well, isn't that special? And that is code word for, like, let's talk about it later. And put your emotions aside, go take a breather, go get some fresh air. A lot of things that you argue about on a daily basis are so jerkwater.
Trivial.
If you want, I was going to tell him right here what that meant, but
go ahead.
No, it's too late. You already told him.
Did I?
You did. Oh, jerkwater is trivial. You were adding to what I said, but you actually just repeated a different form. But you see how I use self-control there? No, maybe that wasn't a good example. Do we have any famous poems or statements? Have you come across any of those? Well, you have the power of your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That was by Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius.
Okay. You don't like the Aurelius?
Isn't that nice?
Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Abe Lincoln.
Did he really say that?
Why are you questioning it?
You don't have to put that part in. I'm just playing. No, I like those Marcus Aurelius and the Roman times, or they had really a lot of good.
Marcus Areola. Areolus. Is that where your mind went?
No.
No. Good.
But when you said areola, yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I did say areola. My bad. Hey, it's not a dirty word. It's a science. It's
that's
medical
the
term.
actual term. Yeah.
Right.
Is that the fence?
I think it might be the rake or the fence. Yeah. So hey, if you're out there listening, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and in the comments below, can you give us an example of self-control? We'd like to hear from everybody. I don't know. Why aren't you talking?
I was just trying to figure out how to tie stoicism. Logan's over there ripping his jeans.
No, that was the chair.
Yeah, blame the chair.
We'd like to have what you think is a good form of self-control. What type of self-control do you exercise? I would say self-control is something that I exercise daily. It's in multiple different aspects of my life.
Or have you guys take a look at your day and see where you exerted self-control and how it changed an outcome of a conversation, a topic, or an event that you were doing.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
See you next
Peace out.
time.